time for some Thunder Hub. Let's go, guys. All right, we're talking about the free agency today because, hey, man, it's been a rocky road. There's been a lot of freaking signings going on and not a whole lot going on for the Chargers. But I think there is a secret genius to behind Joe Hortiz's plan here. And I want to talk about that with you guys. Because look, let's be honest. We've seen a lot of different things as Chargers fans, but honestly, this is one thing that we're not really used to, and a lot of people actually want to see more happening, but I want to get into it and talk a little bit about what I'm seeing. So, as always, guys, Bolt Bros, let's go.
What's up, Pyramid, man? You watching the Boat Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Boat Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic Supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Boat Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
All righty. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is that time. All right, guys. People are starting to trickle in here, and we're gonna get some talking going on here. But guys, how have you been, man? It's been a little bit, obviously, I slowed down a little bit on this show because it's the off season, there's things just need to die out. And I do admit I got work in the morning, so doing it kind of late here kind of wrecks my sleep cycle, whatever. But I do this for you guys. I do it for y'all, and I actually love talking about the Chargers with y'all, anyways. So let's dive into it, man. Because you know what, we got a lot to talk about tonight. So, but you know what it is? It's time for that Bolt Bros Thunder Hub. Oh, dang it, where'd it go? Here. All right, guys. People are having a fun time here. So what's up with it? We got Jay Say up in the chat. We got Jim Harbaugh's burner up in the chat. We got El Chorchis, of course, my man. How you doing? Anyways, Jay Say, that's straight up right now, right? Wyatt Teller or bust. We'll get into him a little bit and talk a little bit more about him for sure. But I hope you guys are having a good week so far. And I hope your blood pressure is down. Make sure you take that blood pressure medicine in the morning, because it ain't gonna slow down at all, So like this free agency has been wild. It's been a little lackluster to say the least. But I do, like I said, I do think there is a secret genius behind it. And yes, that is right, Larry.
You gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
Of course, you know how it is, man. I'll get you on that, but and that's a little bit of what's going on too. Like I think the overall consensus about what's going on with this free agency is that, man, the players, they want a little bit of Hawk Tua on that contract. You know what I'm saying? Not in the literal sense, but they want them guarantees. And that has been very prevalent amongst everyone. And it makes perfect sense. They should get those guarantees. We got Unk out here, Tony Jefferson, who's been playing his heart out here, and doing super well, but he wants to make sure that he's getting at least 50%, at least 50, it's got to be the peak is probably like 2/3, but at least give him 50% guaranteed money, he ain't a spring chicken, but hey, man, you got to protect it while you got him. So, Day by Day family says, should I get season tickets? It's hard to watch Herbert get hit crazy in person. I know. It's even harder on the screen because you see it even bigger. When you're in the stadium, to be perfectly honest, at least you got a shoulder to cry on next to you, but you might not even see the hit. So, to be perfectly honest, I have a hard time watching in person as well for that kind of reason. I don't want to see him getting dragged up and down the field constantly. So, yeah. Funny you mentioned high blood pressure. I actually had an appointment yesterday for high blood pressure and did get Oh, that's amazing, Hugo. Perfect timing, right? Anyhow, that's awesome. So, You see, the whole interior is different. We haven't seen them play 2 elite tackles coming back. We good, y'all. Hey, no, that's a good point, Mighty. That's a really good point. We got a whole new interior offensive line right now. We haven't seen it happen, so yeah, we good. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough though to really expect something different. And I do think that we have something growing here with that position that it will be good. So. Let's see. Yes, but you're right though. Take it with a grain of salt. It could be worse than last year. We're not going to know until we find out, but it'll be all speculation until then. So, let's see. Do you think we make a splash moves in the draft? Like trading out of the 22 pick for extra picks in the second? 100% no. I mean, I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we should do it," blah blah blah. Like my brothers talk about it, whatever. I'm like, nah, ain't happening. Not a chance. The only way that would happen is if we get a high second round draft pick and maybe like an extra third round draft pick. Not a chance. We're not going to get an extra second round pick or something like that, So I just can't see it happening, man. Those first round draft picks are just too valuable and too important to get basically a day one starter with fresh legs and a strong back and all that stuff without as many injuries. Not going to happen. I don't think so. So yeah. Anyhow, so let's start diving into it. I do got a lot of slides, a lot of different things I want to get into. So, but if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the video because it really does help us out. And we do some good things. And like I said, guys, we are doing a big giveaway when we hit that 10,000 fan mark. We're gonna figure out a way to do a huge giveaway for all of our fans. Doesn't matter if there's someone's actually paying attention to the video directly, but we're gonna have every single one of our fans in the big old raffle for a chance to, we're gonna do the same thing, run it back what we did last time. You're gonna have giveaway 2 tickets to any game of your choice for the season. We're gonna give away a jersey. We're gonna give away some swag, all that business, So, but once we hit that 10,000 subscribers mark, we're gonna be good. So tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your cousins, and tell because we gonna have a giveaway. You know what I'm saying? All right. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun though. So help us get to 10,000, and we'll make it worth your while a little bit. So yeah. Anyhow, so on to the slides here. So. Let's talk first about the Hortiz blueprint. We talked a little bit about it last time that we are doing this stuff. And guys, I really do think that there is some secret genius tactics behind what Joe Hortiz is cooking up here. So I'm definitely calling it the value and volume strategy. It's kind of like Moneyball essentially, but it's just trying to get the best bang for every buck that you spend, So that's kind of where I'm thinking at right now, guys. I mean, like the 5 key points are this, we got to maximize the mid-tier signings with it. And that's kind of weird to say that mid might be better. The more mid, the better. I don't know. Maybe not. We're going to have that obviously depth chart fortification. And that's why there's a big point about that I want to make up in a second here. The draft capital preservation as well is a big part. Positional versatility is a huge focus for this team, and performance-based incentives. Just keeping a lot of that money in reserve to get more out of the players. And so basically, that's a team-friendly contract if they did that or whatever like that. Obviously, a player wants guarantees. So you can give them like 50% guarantee, but then you can give them 25% incentives, maybe, or something or more. I don't know. So that way they can actually do well and be incentivized to do well as opposed to just riding the couch, and just collecting their guarantees. So we'll see. And so like I'm saying here, when it comes to depth chart fortification, look, what happens all the time when it comes to our team? We have so many players constantly. We throw the bag at them. Just give them a good old fat contract. And what happens week 1? They get injured. Maybe even week 2. Their ankle breaks and then now they're riding the couch, or the kneecap breaks. I mean, I get it. It's a tough sport, and you can't, plan for injuries, but you kind of have to, So that's kind of where I'm thinking that this is going at. And you guys are right. Saini, we want guards. We need some more guards. 100%. I'm with you guys. I'm 100%. Yeah. And Tupapa, guards or guards. I don't know. I don't know if it's GU or GA, whatever. We want guards, guards. Doesn't matter. Yeah. We have guards, guards, and we have guards. Right? I don't care if it's spelled. I get what you're saying, for sure. We need some more guards. But that might happen tomorrow. We'll see. There is a big thing right now coming up, for sure. Wyatt Teller apparently is a restricted free agent until Friday. So that's why no one's made a play for him. It's possible that the Chargers are making a play for him. I don't know. I want to believe that Joe Hortiz is making moves and making having those conversations to make it happen. So, yeah. So let's see. But here's the thing. We got a math problem here, guys. We've got 20 open roster spots and only 5 draft picks. So we can't fill this thing out in the draft. And I kind of saw this coming, to be perfectly honest. We have had this kind of thing going for the last couple of years where we sign players for like 1 and 2 year contracts and then eventually just let them go because we want those comp picks. And I like that idea, but I also hate that idea because now it puts us in this corner here where we're letting all these veteran players go and just because we want comp picks and stuff, and we're not getting any comp picks this year at all. Like, we're official that we're only getting 5 draft picks, so we might have to trade away some players to get some more draft picks. I don't know if it's actually 20 open spots, but that's just my, what it seems like, but the biggest thing though too is, like I said, it's a mathematical impossibility for us to build within the draft, which is a good thing because unlike Tom Telesco did 2 things that I did not like. Number 1 is that he paid massive contracts for high top tier players who just instantly got injured and ride the couch all the time. I'm talking about Mike Williams, talking about Joey Bosa, I'm talking about JC Jackson. He threw the bag at him, and they were liabilities for us. And we had so much stagnant energy. Stagnant money. It wasn't dead cap, but it was stagnant. It was literally just, freaking putting cash in a briefcase and shoving it under the bed and letting it just rot, letting the moths eat it, so yeah. Anyhow, so that's kind of a quick little rant I have right now, but not a little bit more. So this is the philosophy here, like this is something that I've seen him doing, and I think it might be secretly kind of genius. I know a lot of us want that big splashy player. We wanted, Judkins, that guard out of. Sorry about that. Looks like my camera just died for a second. 1 second. Let's put up the slides back here. Here we go. We wanted that guard that guard out of Packers. But at the end of the day, and we wanted Seumalu. Obviously, there was a couple players out there that we could have picked up, but was not that. It was not that like expensive of a deal. We absolutely could have made that happen for that the guard out of Pittsburgh. We absolutely could have. It's very possible though. He may have just not liked our deal because he knows that taxes in California are going to rip him a new one. We all seen that Justin Herbert made $50 million last year, and he only took home less than half of that. That's ridiculous. I get it. I'll be perfectly honest, guys. I mean, this is going to sound like blasphemy on this show, but for that reason, I would play for the Raiders. I hate to say it. But taxes are going to destroy players, like they'll play for tons of money, whatever that, and half of it's going to be more than half is going to go to California. And that's the only reason why I would ever play for the Raiders, because taxes are not as bad there. So that's the biggest thing. But hey, you know what? The truth is, I'm in the finance game now. I do understand that there are a lot of ways that a player can move some money away from their actual salary, and that would actually be a good thing. So that's not necessarily true anymore. I'll be perfectly honest. I would not play for the Raiders because I knew I just get myself a good wealth manager, and you're in business, whatever and stuff. And shout out to my homie, athlete advisor on Instagram, because he runs that business and works with athletes all the time. So, anywho, I digress. But why would you pay, one player $30 million a year when you can get, 3, maybe 4 players that are, instead of being A+, they're B+, maybe even B, just solid or whatever, that just really solid, but they're all system fits. You can coach them up to do what you need them to do, and then that's going to be really good. Yeah. A lot of people vomiting in the chat though, so yeah. Anyhow, but yeah, so my biggest thing is that, volume is greater than those flashy players. Instead of chasing a single highly priced talent, Hortiz is deploying cap space to acquire multiple foundational pieces capable of executing the Harbaugh and McDaniel physical mandate. Period. Hey, yo, hang on a sec. We got ourselves a super chat. Let me just pause for a second here and get to that one. What's up? It says, here you go. Bolt up. Do you think we should sign a guard? Yes, 100%. We need to sign another guard for sure. And who that's going to be, I don't necessarily know. I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed, Wyatt Teller, but I do have another person in mind as well, and that would be Chris Paul out of Washington Commanders. I know, I think some people have already talked about him, but he would actually be a fantastic pickup, and here's why, and I'll get into it a little bit later too. But Chris Paul played right alongside Tyler Biadasz. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not 100% sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys all know that I'm terrible at names or whatever. But the Washington's Commanders, that would be a good synergy. Like, they would be able to work with each other. However, I'm curious though. I think we might have our guards now, because we got Cleveland from the Ravens right before the playoffs. I think we still have him. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I just I haven't looked into the depth chart in a little bit here, To Papa saying no Chris Paul. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. y'all talking in the chat here. Y'all being crazy. It's Tyler Biadasz. You're right, Mighty. Yeah, you're right, Mighty. Yeah. So, but yeah, 100%. We definitely need to get another guard for sure, because obviously our interior offensive line has been struggling so far, so lately, So yeah. Yeah, just call him Tyler Biadasz. Yeah, I'm totally down for that. Yeah, for sure. It's pronounced. Okay, so Carl, the correct pronunciation is Biadasz. Okay, wow, I would never have guessed that, Carlos. I'm sorry that I have such a lazy American tongue. I am sorry at that point. Yeah. So, but I like the last name Badass better, so that's good. Anywho, so that's kind of my rant on that part. So let's obviously talk about the shopping list that we all knew about here. We don't need to get too much into the details on this one here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. He was signed to a Futures. He was good, too. Forgot all about him. Good point. Yeah, you're right. So, but he never played, and that's why a lot of people forget on him, So it's possible that we can keep him, and it's possible that we can start him, but I don't know exactly how it all works with a Futures contract, I mean, I do know how that works in, the finance world, but as far as money, players world goes, I really, I think at one point, I need to reach out to some agents, and talk to them about contract structuring, especially in this time. So maybe we can see if we can find some guy to get that involvement with that. That'd be really good. So, anywho, so these are the biggest things. Like the top 3 things that I believe that the Chargers were wanting to shop for in this free agency, and that would be center, that's a guard, and a tight end. Obviously, because Will Dissly is getting older, and then Conklin, I think, didn't he retire? We didn't we have a retirement, someone like that, but I don't know. But I'll be perfectly honest. The position that has frustrated me more than the interior offensive line has been the tight end position for us. We have not had a steady and ready tight end position in our roster for a good ever since Hunter Henry. It's been ridiculous. So, but right now, like I'm calling this whole McDaniel scheme the wide zone rushing execution here, so we're going wide here, like, because we all know that McDaniel likes to have a lot of motion, a lot of players in motion. There's always someone in motion. Could be the running back, could be the fullback, could be the tight end, could be the wide receiver, but somebody is moving on that line. So that's what we got to see. Hey, on a sec, we got another super chat here. Let's get to that one for a second and take a quick pause here. Action Dan, my man, how you doing? I hope you're having a good night here. Let me get you some lasers here for $10 holla. Sorry, Kyle, with Tagovailoa signing to the Falcons, he is a real he is a real hawk Tua. Oh my goodness, they did to me.
You gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Okay, I guess it's almost there, but not quite, because a falcon, while it is a bird of prey, it is not necessarily a hawk. If he went to the Seahawks, it would literally be absolutely perfect. But I'm with you right there. Yes, he is a bird of prey of some kind. He's got that hawk Tua. I love it. That's amazing. Oh, that was goodness. Yeah. You retired from Conklin? Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think all of us did. That was it. It was Hayden Hurst who retired recently. Yeah, he was a Charger, but not last year. But he's finally retired. That's what clicked in my head. Hayden Hurst was the one that retired, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh man, that's too bad. Man, I'm still just remembering that hospital ball that got thrown to him by like Easton Stick. Oh gosh, I feel so sorry for him. Yeah, Mike. Me and Eric Whittle. Hey. Someone in the chat, man, take a picture of me and send it to Eric Whittle. Just keep throwing it to him. Maybe he'll be like, hey, I want to get on his show, and maybe he'll want to chat with us. But maybe not. I know he's kind of got sour mouth and pill in his mouth, taste in his mouth about the Chargers and stuff like that. So, but I don't know, man. Hopefully, I can bring some bridges back, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that'd be fun. Hey, I'd be down to chat with him for sure. Hang on a second. We got another $5 holla. Hang on a sec here. Oh, for $4.99 out of your mind. Here it is. At least we didn't have to deal with Bozeman, and he retired. Yeah. Oh gosh, dude, you ain't lying. By the way, it's really funny to me that we actually did have a video that we. I guess Andy he was not planning on doing a longer form video on that, but I made a thumbnail for him anyways, but he's like, I guess I'll just do a longer one. But that has been our worst performing video of the last 4 years. It's like, wow, nobody really cared about it, man. It's like, I'm like, wow, I didn't know how that was possible. I didn't think that we would get that low of views on that, but that was really funny to me. So anywho, yeah, everyone was just like, yeah, so long, sayonara, sucker, just peace. Get out of here, so yeah. But whatever, that was funny, yeah. So hey, we got another $2 holla here. What's up? $2.99. Let's go. You got $2 money, but dollar bill, y'all. Okay, so what current team has the most Hall of Fame bound players? Ooh. Oh man, I think. Damn, that's a good point there. That's a great question there, Mighty. Hang on a sec, man. Let me think. Right now, I say there's a lot of good Seahawks players. I mean, Sam Darnold, I don't call him like a Hall of Fame player, but man, he came out of nowhere. for me, to be perfectly honest, I don't really think that he's like that that great, but somehow he just pulled it off, I could say, man, I think there's some good players on the Eagles for sure. I mean, they got an amazing offensive line, and I just think that that's pretty good. I mean, look, I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I hate to say it, but I mean, Patrick Mahomes is a Hall of Fame player. Travis Kelce's a Hall of Fame player. I could probably say, another Tyreek Hill is possibly a Hall of Fame player. So I guess they're not all on the Chiefs, but they got some good. And I'll say even too, homeboy, their coach, he's a Hall of Fame coach. Gotta be. So man, it's tough to say who has the most right now, though. So, yeah, so I would just go with those three teams: Seahawks, Chiefs, or Eagles right now. So, because they're doing so hot right now, so that's just bottom line. Yeah, they don't play like Gronk GPT. Call it KGPT. Well, my wife is Russian, so it might be KGBTP. KGPTB. I don't know, something like that. maybe. Anyway, all right. So let's keep moving forward here with this stuff like that. Okay, so we talked about this here. This is we talked about Tyler Biadasz, or Tyler Badass, as he's now called in Bolt Bros. Fingers crossed that it's actually going to work out that way. Perfectly honest. So yeah, obviously he was a Pro Bowler 2022. He's amazing. Obviously he has good durability. His best ability is durability and all that stuff. So yeah, maybe he can. But hang on a sec, guys. There could be a curse with the Chargers. Well, there's a lot of talks about that. Where whatever, just you guys know, that is the curse sound that I'm always gonna play. Whenever there's something that we talk about the curse, I'm always going to play that sound if I can remember it. So help me do that. So, but here we go. Another player who has very good durability, who's always on the field. I don't want to. Fingers crossed, guys. Hey, please don't make it happen. Not again. Not the whole Najee Harris situation. Please, nah. Anyhow. But the biggest thing too, Cole Strange we picked up. A lot of people are sleeping on him, of course. The biggest thing, yes, he's a left guard. Obviously, some of his tape is not that great, but he is a scheme fit. He does understand Mike McDaniel's system very well, and he doesn't require any onboarding time for this wide zone system that Mike McDaniel, this fast motion thing goes. He can help people like get up. All that business, so this could be really good. Could be a good move for us. I mean, obviously I know he's not a big old landslide kind of player right now, so I just don't know. What I want to say about him though is that I do feel like he's not the perfect player for it. Obviously, he's not a big splashy player like we talked about, but he is a good mid-tier player that we can actually put into our system, and he can get that right up with Mike McDaniel right away. So, and he can help the other players around him get up to speed and let him know what's going on here, what's going on there. I get it. Anyways, wow, a lot of people saying Strange is whack. Strange is worse than Zion. Oof. I don't know about that, guys. I mean, look, I know Zion Johnson was the shining spark of our whole offensive line last year, but hey, man, I don't know. That's a really low bar to say, though, so I just don't know. But this is the big question, though, it's like when it comes to this is where I want to get into that, so Wyatt Teller is, of course, I hope on the Chargers radar. It is going to, I believe in Hortiz is going to at least have that conversation, and I believe we're going to make something work with him. So I hope that it's going to work out, so yeah, So, but we'll find out, guys. We'll find out tomorrow, and like, we'll just wait and see, and we'll get this thing worked out. Now, like I said, though, guys, we do have some other player guards. Like I know we did re-sign Penning, but we do still have a futures contract with Cleveland, so it might be we may have our team right now. I just don't know. And we'll go into it a little bit more. So, but I like Cole Strange. I know y'all are upset about it, and you think it's not that good, but he's a scheme fit. He knows Mike McDaniel's system. That's the biggest thing that I want to emphasize there. So, moving on though, bigger a pickup that we had earlier today, Keaton Mitchell. People have shown some things like that. Apparently, he has like 14.5 miles per hour speed. Real big, that's super fast. He is definitely, if nothing else, he is going to be a punt and kickoff return guy for us. But this could be such a great downfield player for us because Mike McDaniel loves speed, and so we can actually end up using him for some short routes. And the biggest things, yards per catch or yards per carry is 6.3. Explosive run rate at 14.9%. Imagine having him with that speed just a little bit more in the open. Just has one man, maybe two men to beat instead of 5 or 4, This could be a game changer for the Chargers. I do admit that Mike McDaniel does not throw the ball too often to running backs or tight ends for that matter. He does. There has been a couple of years where Gesicki was doing really well, like it had 1,000-yard seasons or whatever. But it's more often it goes to wide receivers than it goes to running backs, and I think that could be a money move as well. So we'll see. Oh yeah, and that there is a good player there too, Bitonio. I also would like Bitonio for us as well too. That would be fan-freaking-tastic. So, yeah. But yeah. So this is a big deal for us right now because obviously Najee Harris is out. We're not re-signing. We're not going to let him come. It doesn't seem like he's not able to come back, or we're not really doing anything with him. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind him, Najee Harris, to come back or whatever, because we did let some other running backs go. I think Hassan Haskins, we're not bothering with him right now. So, hey, running backs are cheap, and we can get a lot of them. And they can have quite a lot of versatility for the team and stuff like that, So I think that might be a way going forward that we might want to utilize as well. So I like this pickup a lot. So let's see. Supercharge Pod. We got a quick question on that one here real quick. Hey, what's up, my man? How you doing? Good to see you here. We need to get a dynamic receiver. Yeah, that would be good because obviously right now too, that was coming up in one of my slides. Because we are letting Keenan Allen slip away a little bit. He's not really no real motion, movement with us and stuff like that. And so we kind of need maybe another player for that. Is it going to be Tyreek Hill, or are we going to pick up somebody else? Who knows? It could be Dubes, Romeo Dubes out of the Packers. I don't know. I do not know. But we'll see. And when it comes to, and obviously we have till May, I believe 9th to pick up QJ for his 5th-year option. I don't know if they're going to do that, but here's the reason why they would is because QJ, his next contract is going to be at least double the amount that he was going to get for a 5th year. So instead of $18 million a year, he's going to get maybe $36 million a year. Wherever he lands next. And so it might be valuable to sign that 5th-year option. So, but hey, only time will tell. Okay, so here's my next slide here for us. Picking up some more extra blockers on that line. Charlie Kolar, tight end, but he's a good run blocker. So that kind of backs up our Keaton Mitchell sign that we just had, and backs up the whole Marion Hampton being our future. That's right. Dubes went to the Pats. Sorry, guys. Yeah. A lot of things moving on around there, but Kolar, obviously really high run blocking grade, 6 amongst tight ends, which is huge. So obviously it has some relationship with Hortiz in Baltimore, brings the all that stuff that he needs there. So, but the big thing that I like too is like I know some people are sleeping on that whole Alec Ingold move here. Look, he's a Pro Bowler, 7-year veteran, knows Mike McDaniel's run system a lot too, and this is something that I mentioned with last thing is that Alec Ingold, you can say, contributed directly to Devon A. Chain's ability to get over 1,300 yards rushing last season. He's an elite blocker. He just like freaking LT had freaking an elite blocker in our fullback back in the day, whose name escapes me at this moment. I feel shameful for saying that that I forgot his name at this very moment or whatever, but honestly, look, I love the Soul Taker, but having a fullback who fully understands the run system and why a running back would make this decision to go left or versus to go right, or which person to actually block this way or that way. And thank you so much for the subscription there, ye old bike ride, my man. Thank you so much for that. That makes a huge difference. So I like that. I like that about that. So. Okay, so let me just get into some of you guys' comments here. Yeah. Let's see. Who cares if Keenan fits the scheme? He's literally top 7, the greatest Chargers of all time. Yes, sir, Mighty. Yes, sir. And y'all giving up on him, disrespect it, dude. Hey, I am right there with you, man. Like, honestly, let's go back into that for a second too, because my brothers definitely threw some disrespect on our boy Keenan Allen's name, man, and I really did not appreciate that at all. It made me disgusted, for that for a second there, man. To say that Justin Herbert has never had a elite wide receiver on our offense is an absolute disrespect. 2023 was his best year in a long time, and he was a top 10 player in the league. He was a Pro Bowl starter, and he literally did everything he needed to do to be there for our guy, Justin Herbert. And so 100%, Keenan Allen is a Hall of Fame wide receiver. And, beyond doubt, he will be in the Hall of Fame after he does choose to retire. I 100% believe it. And I believe you guys too. No matter what, he's already guaranteed, 1,000% in for the Chargers Hall of Fame. So, you can already book that there, man. So 100%, man. You can't be disrespecting Keenan Allen like that, man. Yeah. So, anyways, so let's kind of get into some of your underrated additions. Yeah, I agree, Vigilante. Yeah, Caleb Banks broke foot when did he do that? That's crazy. It would be a dream if Sadiq made it to 22, but I agree. But I agree would draft him. Well, here's the thing. So that's where Andy comes into play when he says, look, the first round draft pick is a money move. You can't spend a first round draft pick on a low value position. Like you got to go for tackles there. You got to go for edge rushers, wide receivers, quarterbacks in the first round, all the players that are currently super high value. I mean, obviously Marion Hampton in the first round was a great pickup, but hey, that could be a good one too, because running backs are so cheap right now that we could actually start moving the needle on making running backs more valuable as well if we needed to. Yeah, so but yeah, 100%. Sadiq would be insane. That fool is a phenom. Hispanics always disrespected their legends. Yeah, that is fact. That is true. Keenan is a wait and see play. Yeah, and that's a good point too, Mark Davis. Yeah, to see hey, not many other teams are trying to give him the call, so he may just wait and see. He wants to stick around with the Chargers. Hey, we can probably pick him up later in the free agency. So that'd be good. Everyone's excited about the new guys and forgot that Keenan has done for us the last 2 seasons with us. No reason why we can't pay him a decent bag and sail him off to the sunset. Exactly. And I would love to see that, So, and especially if he plays one more season with us, he would be the all-time receiving leader for the Chargers in history. So that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But he needs to be willing to go the round, go the season. It's a long season, but hey, they have a good system. I think with veteran players now, they get to have that extra day of rest and all that stuff. So it could be good. We'll see. Run game is going to open up crazy air attack. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, dude. I 100% believe that for sure. Okay, so all right, well, hang on a sec. There's a lot of comments here. You guys are being very chatty today, so I'm sorry I can't really keep up with it here, but let me just keep moving on with my slides here. Okay. The big pickups that other signings that we had, of course, retaining the defensive core for a team. We all saw T.R. Tart was a lockdown very early on. That was a fantastic choice because, man, we absolutely had to keep him around because he set the tone on the defensive line 100%. I don't give a dang about any of his fines. I think we need players like him on the team. We need some dogs on this team. You know what I'm saying? Denzel Perryman, he's a dog. We all know that. Love to see him out there. I don't care about his fines that he gets to, and I think he should be a little bit more aggressive with some of those things. And that's what we want to see more of. And obviously Khalil Mack, thank goodness, he wants to give it one more year. And now that just means, you know what that means? That means that he likes the Chargers the best out of all the teams that he's ever been on. Because guess what? He's now officially been with us the longest of all of his teams. And so let's give us some give me some air horn for that one. Yes, sir. I'm super stoked for that, man. The slap heard around the world. That's right. Anyhow, so these are just some good pickups that we wanted I wanted to mention real quick, so like that just kind of keeps our continuity here though. So and now let's not forget about sleeping on these pickups here. Josh Harris, Dean Leonard, Del'Shawn Phillips, so obviously Josh Harris, look, let's just say this. Early in the season last year, we had a backup person as a long snapper, and our special teams was struggling real bad for a while. But Josh Harris stepped in, and we actually had some good opportunities to come back on us, So Del'Shawn Phillips, we just recently re-signed, second team All-Pro, guys. Set the franchise record for special teams tackles. So he's a big pickup. These are really sleeper pick. Obviously, we don't really pay attention too much to special teams, but these are great pickups for us, because we all know that third phase of the game is where can't make the difference. And obviously, how many times we punt the ball away? How many times did we kick the ball away? That's why we need a player like Dean Leonard to be that punt coverage gunner, just to run down the field as fast as possible to reduce the amount of return yards that the other team has, to put them in a better position, stuff like that, So shout out to the team for actually getting these picks or re-signings or whatever. But I do admit we might be able to find a better punter right now. Like J.K. Scott has been kind of slacking in the last couple of years, but hey, I'm fine with him sticking around as well, because I do know that he has some good potential and stuff like that. So, all right. So yeah, so here's a big thought here, guys. Going back to what I talked about, how like this whole volume and value like philosophy here, So obviously, you look on that. This is the quadrants that I can foresee here. So we got the cap hit on the bottom and the expected scheme impact on the team. So from low to high, that's that's the sweet zone for Hortiz. Obviously, he really doesn't want to spend much money, which kind of sucks in a lot of ways. But he wants to get the most value out of his money, pound for pound. So that's obviously a sweet zone right now. I mean, I'm 100% with you guys. I would rather it be a little bit more in the middle. Just get a little bit more in the middle here, guys. But actually, I can bust out that pen here probably for that one. But where that zone is right there. I would love it to be in that where it actually says target zone, and in any of that area of that thing. I would love it to be right there. That'd be fan-freaking-tastic. And I'm sure the players would like it too, though. Yeah. But yeah, like let's see some money's being spent, you know? Like I mean, it doesn't need to be like you don't need to be so cheap on this stuff, you know? So but as of right now though, he has acquired 6 players that are starting caliber, you know, giving us a good scheme pieces or whatever like that, you know. But like I said, he could be spending a little bit more money. Like, you know, he's being a little bit too chintzy, and that's probably why we're pulling back a little bit. And that's why Unc has been Tony Jefferson has been very vocal about this right now. You know, he wants those guarantees, and if there's no guarantees to get the value that he believes that he's worth, and he knows that he is worth, we would not be able to get that. You know, so yeah. So this is kind of where I'm at with all this stuff like that, and that's kind of that value and volume strategy. So yeah, guys, just like I wish he's a little pay Tony Jefferson 100% there, you know. So let's see. Let me see the guys. Let's get into some of your comments here, because I know like you guys have been really chatty, and you guys are being very patient. So I really appreciate that with you guys. So let's see. At least Greg Roman and Bozeman are out of here. Yeah, huge, right, Nick? Absolutely. Let's see. I'll be fine with the shitty guards if we draft Sadiq. Yeah, hey, you know that's a good point there too. I mean, hey, you know that would make things really good. That would make things really nice for us, right? I feel like the front office overestimated the market and we missed out on guys. Yeah, dude, 100%. I mean, missing out on Semu Alu, that was a painful one for me, especially because we absolutely could have made that contract happen here and made that work here, but we didn't. You know. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. You know, sucks. Caden Wetgen, 2 times Jet winner for special teams. Nice. You think he's gonna RB2? All right, maybe. I mean, Vidal might be RB2 though too. I mean, he deserves it. Yeah. Tart is reworking for us, and Kelsey's returning to the Chiefs. I can't wait for the slapping part 2. Yes, we're gonna have slaps giving. Yes, let's go. Slaps giving. Let's make it happen. Report said Banks will be sidelined until June. The fracture occurred in his 4th metatarsal, which was surgically repaired by Dr. Norman Waldrop. Wow, dang. Oh, dang, that's crazy. Caleb Banks is like messed up. That sucks. But we have so much cap, Kyle. Let's make a splash signing. These are depth guys and nice, but come on, we need to win. Yeah, dude. But that's the biggest thing though, too. Like I said, yeah, I mean, I'm all for making a big splash pickup and stuff like that, you know. But like I said, you may not have been there earlier when I said this, but the biggest problem that I have with us signing big players and paying them tons of heap loads of money is, yeah, you have one player who's now going to get $40 million in 1 year or whatever like that, you know, and with like, you know, $20-25 million in guaranteed money, gets injured, bam, that 20 to 25 million stagnant, you know. It's not dead cap technically because he's active or whatever that, you know, but it's stagnant. It's money left on the table, you know, tucked away underneath the bed, put in the attic, whatever, lost and forgotten. And that's kind of why I really like the idea of value and volume, you know. I guess you could call it a Walmart method, maybe a Sam's Club method, you know, like where you just have a big deal, where you just have a lot of B plus, maybe A minus, maybe B, you know, players or whatever like that, instead of just going out for that A plus player, you know. You don't want that straight A's. You want maybe like the A's and B's kind of players and stuff like that, because you can pay them less and they're willing to work for it, you know, like and with incentives. That could be the move. That could be the move. It started making me mad that LA Joe spends. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, so I was one of them after the switched. I didn't think he was the answer. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Mike says, I'm most upset with Hortiz about not signing defensive. Yeah. Lloyd, Owe, Chubb, Franklin could have been one of those positions. Okay. I will say this though, too. It's like, I'm really bad that we did not get Odafe Owe and keep him around. Because to be perfectly honest, dude, he deserved it. He deserved to be able to get that bag from us and to stick around and to keep this squad going or whatever like that, you know. But we were not going to pay him that bag. What he got, there's no way that we could have done it. I mean, yeah, we could have, but if we did, then we would have really been missing out on a lot of other opportunities. Because remember, guys, we have to think about Tui Pelotu, and obviously now we have to pay Khalil Mack the minimum $18 million. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I just don't think that Owe was going to be able to stick around, because there's no way that Hortiz was going to get him that money, and that sucks. That really pisses me off, because it'll piss me off more when he starts doing well at his next team as well. So that that one's going to hurt in the future for sure. So yeah, what's up, Andrew? Good to see you, my brother. Kicking out graphs like Ross Pro. It's funny. The type of running back that Kamani is like Ashton Jeanty, low to the profile, ground profile, and fast. He's a great compliment to Hampton, and with Mitchell's speed, we have everything we need. Hey, yeah, let's go, baby. Pay Tony. That's right. We got to pay Tony Jefferson. Pay him. Pay the aunt. That's right. Yep. Tony needs to set the tone. No pun intended. Okay, hang on a sec. Okay. Let's get some more of those things here. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I think I got a few more slides, then we can get some more here. Okay. Let's see. But the biggest glaring vulnerability right now that we have is obviously, since we let Mekhi Becton go, which obviously good riddance, sayonara sucker for sure. And releasing Zion Johnson, which also I'm like, it's all right. We need to really fill out that right guard position, so who that could be, who knows? Could be Wyatt Teller, could be Batoni, could be Chris Paul. Hopefully, fingers crossed, somebody pick up somebody tomorrow. We got to get somebody, and we'll keep an eye out for that one, and post about it as soon as we can. So, but securing a right side veteran guard is absolutely important right now. Yes, we did get Pipkins, but we all know what he's like. He is not the answer for the right guard for us. We all know that, and I want to believe that freaking Harbaugh and Hortiz understand that, but I don't know if they do, because they obviously benched him last year and they still re-signed him. So I'm like, what is going on here? Does anybody else really know what's going on? Because I don't understand the idea that you go after you re-sign Pipkins after this. Yeah, he's a veteran. He's been around for many, many seasons, and he's okay at best, but he's not amazing, so yet again, another depth piece type of person. So, but I don't know here. So, hey, well, hang on a second. We got another $2 holla. $1.99. Are you out of your mind? It says, okay, I'll come clean. Hortiz, let me hold $50 million. Shh. Hey, Mighty, next time, let me hold it with you. Let me hold it with you, my man. Yeah. Anyhow. Let me just wait. What is this? Oh, what's up, dude? Please tell us how you got these slides and charts. They are amazing. Hey, man. Hey, I put a little bit of effort into them. I appreciate you for asking, man. It's been really good, actually. I found a nice little program for it. It's part of Google, and so it really does help me out. I find a bunch of articles and I feed it to them, and it kind of pumps it out. I do admit that I have to kind of go in there and I will make some corrections and stuff to it and stuff. But hey, man, I really appreciate you, reaching out to me and stuff like that. So, but yeah, been finding some good programs for it. So yeah. All right. Wait, what did I say? What did I say on that pause there? Okay. Anyhow, okay, so let me go to the next one here. Okay, we talked a little bit about this already, actually. So, but here's some slides I got here, So, I don't really need to go too much into this anymore. But yeah, these are some big pop, options right there, So, the biggest point is though too, about this slide though, is that Hortiz is dead set on preserving his compensatory picks. He wants those things. And I think that's the biggest problem with going into the tomorrow is that, if he did pick up Wyatt Teller or Chris Paul, that would eliminate some comp picks that we're going to get next year. I guarantee it, because of the whole letting Zion Johnson go, letting Odafe Owe go, maybe. And so that could be and maybe even letting go homeboy. Oh, shoot. We let a bunch of players go, and so that could be a big problem with us right now. So, and that's one thing I don't like about Hortiz's strategy of getting more comp picks, because we want to hold on to players. We want to hold on to these valuable players that we have grown with, and to keep them around because we know that they have the ability to do well for us and stuff. We can't just keep cycling in and out of players and just having such a super young team. We need to have some veterancy, So yeah. And so that's kind of where I'm kind of struggling with, is that I was like, is he really going to pick up a guard? Because we might not, because he might want to hold on to those things. And so I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I mentioned this earlier before, but this could be a big wild card pickup. Tyreek Hill could be someone that we do go for. Because this obviously with Mike McDaniel, I don't know, did they butt heads or did they really get along? Will they get along more if he's just the offensive coordinator versus head coach? I mean, this would be a huge splash play. If we did pick up Tyreek Hill, because it would easily be, $30 million contract on a 2-year deal. Wide receivers can last for a long time, and you can't, debate that Tyreek Hill is still one of the fastest wide receivers in the league, So, I like this pickup, but I also don't, because I want to develop Ladd McConkey more, give him the ball more, feed him, give his value more, So, I don't know. It's very possible that I don't, in a lot of ways, I really don't want him, because I know he's a drama pick, he has too much drama behind him, and that's just not something I want to see on my team. But I do think Tyreek Hill does have a lot of ability still, and so I'm kind of torn. I don't know, you guys let me know in the chat. What are you guys saying? Some people are saying no. It was like Mike wanted Zay Flowers over QJ. That would have been right. GMs aren't always right now, and that's true. And that's true. Zay Flowers has performed way better than QJ for sure. Hortiz comp pick strategy is shrewd. Do you remember losing all the greats without any comps not too long ago? Yeah, comps matter big time. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. It's like, so, and the big thing too is like, it's okay to use the comp pick strategy in some situations, but not all situations. It's better to get something than nothing, for sure, 100%, and rather just to deal with the comp pit, the dead cap and stuff like that, But yeah, you're right, Mighty. We can't win them all. 100% we can't. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of no thank yous, no to Hill. How's that knee exactly? So yeah, some 100%. Last year, I wanted Horton, and he went to the Seahawks. Okay, there you go. You guys talking? Yeah, people are screaming, no Hill, What's crazy is that at the end of the day, every single player that made it to the NFL is literally better at being a human being than all of us. And we have the nerve to say they suck at football. Hey, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, right, Mighty? No. Look, all these NFL players are peak human, physical thing. Even the linemen that are like, straight up butt and gut, man, they're still strong as hell. They are top form physical players and stuff like that. And they know how to be super well, and they're always trying to get that 1% better. In some way, they're so obsessed with their physical abilities and all the different things that they do. Like, they're always looking for that little edge, creatine, whatever, like adrenaline, sterazine, whatever, all the enes or whatever like that, protein powder, whatever different stuff that they're trying to just always just stay peak physical health. And, just always just trying to get that much better every single day to be like just even 2% better than the next player that they're going against, because that matters at their level. That freaking matters. And you're right. So, you're right. Hey, but at the same time, hey, I still want to talk my shit, man. I still want to talk my shit. It's all good. I don't think Hill will be on the same after that gruesome leg injury. Yeah, and that's very possible too. And that's why we all should be let him go. Yeah. Favorite late round wide receivers this year. Well, to be perfectly honest, I have not really done too much digging into the wide receivers just yet. So, but we'll get into that pretty soon. Probably I'll be starting to dig more about that starting next week. After free agency starts to die down, because we're getting to that point when it's just like we're going all in on the draft here in a bit. The next couple of weeks. So yeah. The segment lose a game or two, Hill is going to cry to the media, start some drama. We won't fly with Harbaugh team. Yeah, and that's a good point too. And I think that's something that Mike McDaniel wanted to get away from. Yeah. Yeah. Dang, yeah, he never. Yes, it's true. That's true. And hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, the sequel is rarely ever better than the original. Let's just put it that way, guys. Let's just put it that way. It's like, hey, he had some good press because he's the child of a legend, but that's as far as it went. So, okay, one sec here. Let's see what I got here left. Okay, yeah. So this is definitely my last slide. But look, guys, I know this is gonna be controversial for a lot of y'all and a lot of other people in the Bolt fam, but is he doing enough? Look, biggest thing, I'll give him an A+ on refusing to overpay or entering any bidding wars on players. 100%. He's sticking to his guns. This is how much I'm offering you. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Have a good day. A+ for that discipline. I don't like it necessarily. I wish he would budge a little bit more and give a little bit more player-friendly contracts. At least budge a little bit that way, because that would be amazing. Because I definitely don't want him to go into the season with still remaining $50 million in available money this season. I want him to spend it as much as possible. Give us at least $10 million left so we can pay our draft picks this year, or maybe 15 million. I don't know. Maybe 20 million at the most. So that way we can do some mid to late season pickups or something like that of get some players. But scheme alignment, obviously, like he's doing really good so far with picking up players that do match our system fit with Mike McDaniel, 100%. But the biggest knock on him, which I don't really like, maybe I would give this actually more of a C+ on his urgency thing. He's playing a dangerous game by waiting too much and not being aggressive early on, with all these other players and stuff, So like we got to figure out that right guard position. We got to lock something down there, because obviously the last 2 seasons, our interior offensive line has been booty, absolutely buns, guys. So I think he's not doing as well as he should be on there. So, yeah, that'd be interesting there, guys. So the final word that I'll say on this, but yeah, so this lack of this whole flashy picks things is a feature, not a bug, when it comes to the value and volume choices that Hortiz is making. It's all a methodology, methodically acquiring the exact functional cogs required to run the Harbaugh and McDaniel rushing attack. By prioritizing volume and value over superstardom, like, getting that, Tyreek Hills and whatever, like, Linderbaum or Crosby pickups or whatever like that, the Chargers are building a depth that need to win the war of attrition in this season and in the AFC West. So that's kind of where I wanted to end up right here. I know it's controversial, but I do think that Joe Hortiz is secretly a genius. I know it's not going to be it's not very flashy, it's not very fun, and it's not very exciting. But in the long run, this actually could work. And I do hope it does. I know a lot of people are already saying that we're going to be an 11-6 first round playoff exit again, but I beg to differ. I think this year is going to absolutely be different, and I think that we're going to see something magical happen this year, and I do hope that y'all agree with me on that one. So, so let me just kind of say that was my Thunder Hub here. So let me just kind of dig into your guys' comments, and we'll talk a little bit more, and then we'll wrap things up for a second there, guys. So yeah, if you have something to say, go ahead and say it, and I'll try to get to these comments here. So, the only sequel that was great was Terminator 2, and I will also say Aliens, the James Cameron Aliens movie, Aliens plural, with Bill Paxton, homeboy Bishop, when the soldiers went into that planet. Yeah, that was absolute cinema there, baby. Loved it. Anyways, who should get a non-participant for? Yeah, Tyreek Hill. Yeah, 100%. He was a witness. Seahawks. Yeah, right. Let's see. When you said that no one asked me, might someone ask you for that? Boom. I don't even know what you're talking about. Wick sequels. Oh yeah, those are good. Those are good. I mean, obviously you can't really mess up that script too much, it's obviously just a bunch of action. So of course it's going to be, pretty dang good. Dang, this is crazy to win a Super Bowl this way, right? Yeah, it would be. Boom roasted. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. So yeah. Let's see. Maybe Wick. Yeah, talking about that. So we don't need Flash. We need 2 guards. Saying we only need 1 is a misnomer. Yeah. Well, here's the thing though too. It's very possible that we already have 1 with Cleveland. And of course we did sign Pipkin, so we have 2 there. And it does seem like we're letting Sawyer go, which I think is kind of a bummer, because I do like Jamari Sawyer a lot, but hey, you know what? I guess he's not necessarily working out. Hopefully, Sawyer might be able to end up being a starter somewhere. And that would actually be great for him for sure. Because I do feel like he stepped up in a huge way when Slater went out. And so I don't think that he's a bad player at all. So yeah. Black Kite, and I do think that we could go heavy O-line. And guys, remember too, in this draft, we do like Vega Ione a lot, and that's one of the players that we're going to go dig into maybe, coming up, once the free agency starts to slow down and stuff. So we'll start doing a lot more digging about our players and stuff. So, who check out comments on the YouTube podcast? Hey man, we always do. Chat. We look into the comments and we see them all. We might not comment on them all, but we do hear you and we do see you guys. And we appreciate you guys 100% for sure. Yeah. See, what's funny is that I wasn't, they're just talking about that roast thing again still. I'm sure working as directing online. Yes. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah, dude, right? Definitely not. That'd be interesting if we did, because we did already pick up, have the players on our team once before too. Forrest Lamp and Dan Feeney. I mean, they got history with us, but man, that'd be really funny. I appreciate you, Cold. Thank you for agreeing with me here, man. Yeah. So it's very possible. Yeah, there it is. Right? 11 wins, Pop. That's pretty good, right? Hey, end of the day, though, guys, playoff win or bust, bottom line, at this point for me, playoff win or bust, end of story. I'm going to be really heated right now, at the end of the season. If we go another playoff game and we do not win, I'm probably going to, hang it up for a good month right there. I'm not going to say much. I'm not going to do much. I may crash out really bad at that point. So just saying that now, they're just saying that now. Yeah, you heard it here first. So we need these slides to go. We need these slides to go all your fan base. You know what? Okay, that's a good point. I may do something. I may make a little thing then. I may post this on Instagram later and you guys can dissect it a little bit later then. So yeah, so just keep an eye out on Instagram, and I'll drop them out there, and y'all can look at them later and just kind of think about them and stuff too. So yeah, but just stick around, you'll see them all there. So yeah, it's not a bad idea for sure. Let's see, what are you guys talking about here? Let's see, maybe one of the I love to see the complaints on YouTube, but if that's okay, y'all still talking to each other. That's all right. All right, it's all good. It's all good. Let's see. You liked the fourth Alien movie, or you were part of it, or in some way? That'd be pretty cool, man. Yeah, I was in the film industry too. I didn't get I was more in TV, though, to be perfectly honest. So yeah. Okay, so the real Ricky Tan says Hortiz is doing good. Fans tend to forget that there is a preseason, there is draft, there is postseason and season, or post-draft and season trade deadlines to think about as a GM. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You got to stretch that money out a little bit more because at the end of the day, you're right, because players get hurt, and you got to sometimes you need to scramble to find somebody who's still available out there to pick up something. And while we're at it, guys, there's another Browns player out there that I do think that we should make a grab for, and that's Jedrick Willis. I don't think he's been picked up at all. I think he is a tackle, but man, maybe he would be able to come out here to be a backup. Oh shoot. Dang. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I just looked it up. He got picked up by the Chicago Bears. Dang. Well, there it is. There's another one off the board, and that would have been a huge deal for us too, man, because he was pretty good, and he sat out a whole year to rest and to heal up a little bit more. So he's going to be real good though. So dang. Yeah, he's a tackle, but he could have been something good for us potentially, because hey, guess what? Harbaugh wants all tackles on that line. So well, there it is. Anywho, I want to say we're going 10-7 at most, 11-6. Yeah, it's possible. Oh, good point here, Black Kite. Yeah, I really want to see Colson play too. Like, he's been with the team for 2 years now, and he's only been on the couch, and I don't like that. And so I want to see him play some Colson. Let's go. Yeah, we don't really know about him. Let's see. He's complaining that the fans are complaining about the Chargers. Do I do that, or wait, who's doing that? Or you're saying that Mike's doing that? So I mean, look, Mike, you right though, man. Hey, fans have every reason to be to complain about things, because look, at the end of the day, we have all been waiting for a Super Bowl win. The team's history, in the Super Bowl era, we have never gotten that far. I mean, well, we've gotten into the Super Bowl and we got destroyed, but we got to get back in, and then we got to win it, of course, So like, we've all been waiting for it, and it's hard to stay patient, and it's hard because I get it, man. And so all the fans are absolutely valid in wanting, being mad at things happening, and I get it. This could be even a bolt booster, So, but at the end of the day, we can be hard on the players, we can be hard on the choices or whatever, but we all have to remember to not be hard on ourselves, and to continually be negative about certain things that the team is doing might sometimes just be a coping mechanism for other bad things going on in your own life, and that is a problem. So, and just remember this though too, the biggest thing is that having negative energy towards something doesn't make anything better in your life, so that's why when it comes to football and what the team is doing, like that, what players are picking up, how much money they're spending, or how much money they're not spending, or whatever that, at the end of the day, this is all for entertainment, right, guys? But we love to talk about it because this is something that we're passionate about. And I do get that there's a bit of a balance that needs to be in place here, some level of stoicism and some level of fanaticism, so you got to just kind of keep yourself balanced. And if you don't, you're going to drive yourself crazy either way, because in one side, If you're too stoic, you just don't care, and then you stop being a fan, and then you stop enjoying things as much as you do. But if you're too much of a fan and you just let that be too much of your personality, then you're going to struggle, and you're going to find hard ways to cope with the problems that this team has that you absolutely do not have control over. So that's my kind of my motivational spot at the end of the day here. So. But I guess I'll just end with that there. So I really appreciate you guys though for joining. And it looks like more people are starting to drop out and stuff like that, too. So, but yeah, so that's probably a good place for us to stop. But guys, like I said, tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your children, tell your cousins too. The Bolt Bros are doing a giveaway and stuff like that, So once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we are going to do a big giveaway like we did last time. Giving away tickets, giving away jerseys, giving away merch and stuff like that, So we'd love this, to get to that point and support y'all before the season happens, of course, because that would be huge. That way more people can have the chance to pick whatever game that they want to take themselves and a friend. But appreciate you guys for being here, of course, So, but like I said, guys, still got a little bit of free agency to go, though. Hopefully we make a couple more moves. Hopefully we get some players that can kind of help ease our mind a little bit, So, but we'll see. We shall see, and we'll keep you guys posted. My brothers have been putting out a lot of shorts. James is out in Greece, still holding it down, and that's been amazing, guys. So, but as always, guys, we'll see you guys in the next one. And Bolt Bros, let's go.